my green screen to it so it doesn't look like that before this. Sorry, I'm sorry I'm late. Yeah, about 4 minutes late. I'm like occupied with a lot of things today. Okay, to be honest, anyways, let's just start with Al-Fatiha. Okay, let's see. Oh, is this coming in? Where did we stop?
Eponymity.
We stop at
Homophony.
homophones.
Homonyms. Okay, we haven't done the homophony just yet, right? Okay, bear with me. Oh my goodness. I didn't want to have. I wanted to go to campus today because I've got people coming in to fix my ensuite bathroom. But my house, my room is a mess. Okay, because they are trying to. They've already started work 2 days ago and was like, oh my goodness, I have to tell you, I am so not happy with it because it's very noisy and it's very dusty. And I have to be here because this is my room and this is where everything is. Okay. Right. Yeah, I will. Thank you, Isa, for reminding me. Let me find my notes first. Where is it? Thank you, darling, for reminding me. Where's my notes? What was the topic that we discussed the other day? This is the one. It's not opening. First day of a week is always a mess, right?
Exactly.
Agree, madam.
Okay. I think after this, maybe I should go to the campus. Okay. Lexical relations. Oh, yeah. I have to rectify something. I told you some really. I don't remember. Were you the one, or was it like another section? We talk about lexical relations. Let me just say out, just in case it's you, okay? Lexical relation. The word lexical itself means word level, right? Mm, it's not. We're not dealing with the composition. The composition just yet. So composition is the structure, the sentence structure, the phrases, the clauses, and the sentence proper. Okay. So I don't know which group I mentioned it to, but I've somehow said like lexical also means like it's a phrase. It's not. Lexical is just word level. Did I tell you that, or did I mention it to the other section?
I didn't remember you saying it's a phrase. You
No,
mentioned it's a
I did.
surat.
Oh, okay. So
Ah,
that's correct. That's correct. So never mind then. Anyways, if I didn't mess it up with you, then it's good to know anyways. So it's good for me to tell you. All right. Okay. I'm recording it. There you go. Right. So we stopped at looking at the my we did an exercise of looking at my what do you call 16 personality trait, didn't we? That's where we stopped, right? Okay. So, but were we did we do it like halfway? We did it halfway, right? We didn't actually go through it.
Yep.
Right. Where is it? I'm gonna have to bring it up, right? Okay, let me bring it up here. Um, oh my goodness, it's gonna be messy, but never mind. I think the internet is slow as well today. Right, okay. While waiting for that to download, so we'll just go through this very quickly, okay? So we've looked at hyponymy. Yeah, we did do a hyponymy, right? The hyponym, the superordinates, and then the hyponyms that follows.
Mm-hmm.
So we did look at what do you call the co-hyponyms, right? Okay, so we're good there. Right, and then so we don't really need to bring my personality trait thingy, but that will be one of the things that you can actually do in order to analyze what does it mean by having all this like say for example the word judging the other day. I thought it was like you judge, you have like a preconceived what do you call perception of other people, right? Like say for example, if a Malay they are lazy, if Chinese they are very good at maths, right? So and so forth. But uh in that particular context, it does not mean the same thing. So you will have to relearn. Okay, what does it mean in this context? Because we remember when we talk about dictionary, we've got like one word can actually define several meanings. Again, it's very much dependent on which context you're referring to. Am I making sense?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes,
Mm.
madam.
Thank you. Right. So that is something that we're going to have to do from time to time because we need to somehow, what do you call, get ourselves, on the same level as to what the other person is trying to tell us. And then make sure we have the same understanding. Okay, let me just bring Isa in. Okay. Okay, by the way, I have to ask this. Is anybody in the campus now? No, okay. Nobody wants to be in campus, right? So we're good. So we're good. Right, okay. Next, all right. So that one sorted, the hyponyms done. We are going to look at homophones now. Let me share my notes with you, okay? Things have been really crazy over the weekend. My internet is not stable, okay? Iza, you alright? I think yours is not the only one. What did Iza say? While waiting for the thing to bring itself. Madam, okay. I'm so sorry for the okay. Okay, all right. Don't worry. We're good. I didn't want to have a synchronous class today, but I was thinking like there's so many things that I want to tell you, so I have to have you here. But it's okay because we're recording it, and later we can have it view. I'm trying to. Okay, I'm trying to put together all the recordings so that I can have it uploaded into the Google Classroom, and I've started with my academic writing class, and it took me forever to just upload one video. So there you go. It would probably be a very slow process. Okay, so bear with me, nah? And let me know if you feel like you really need to have that recording. I'll try and see what I can do. Okay. Right, like say we are looking at homophones now, and it is defined as when two or more different written forms have the same pronunciation, they are described as homophones. So you've got examples there like bear, bear, meat, meat, flower, flower. Uh, but then again, the word flower, British pronounce it as flower, the Americans pronounce it as flour. So it goes again to where you are, all right? Sometimes it doesn't even sound the same.
Pale,
Pale
pale.
and pale, right, right. Two,
Right,
two,
right.
two. So what is it trying to say here? Now, basically you really need to listen and you really need to understand the context as to how all these words are being used, because that's when you will know what is the actual meaning that the other person is trying to send you or to tell you. All right, so homophones work in that way, so I think this is very much straightforward. Any questions so far? No, okay, right. That one's
That's
easy, okay. But
understanding.
do tell me if you find it difficult, because I'm taking it for granted because I've seen this so many times and I'm used to it already. So if you're not sure or you don't understand or you're a bit confused or whatnot, let me know please, because I wouldn't know if you don't, because I couldn't read your mind definitely. Even sometimes when you tell me I might not understand what you're trying to say. Okay. Right. So next point is the homonyms. All right. So homonyms are in reference to the term used when one form written or spoken has two or more unrelated meanings, as in these examples. So you've got bank is of a river, and there's another bank which is in reference to a financial institution. Again, all right, it works within the context of where of what of sorry how the words are being used. So you're going to have to not just listen to it, but you also need to understand the context of what's going on and what is being said, so on and so forth. All right, and then you've got other examples like bat is a flying creature. The other bat is used in sports. All right, and you've got like mole on skin, and you've got also like mole, small animal. Small animal here is like a mole is like a rat, right? A very small rat.
Mm.
Okay, and pupil you have in reference to students in school, especially small children, right? And pupil is the other one is used within the context in reference to the eye, right? And then you've got race, contest of speed, and the other one is race in reference to ethnic group. Okay, so there's so many homos going on here. You've got we've dealt with hyponyms, sorry, and then you've got the homophobes. Now you're dealing with homonyms, right? So it has the same what do you call it, shares, all right, like homo, sorry, prototype, we've already discussed this. Homophones is in reference to similar in meaning, sorry, similar in sound. Phones, right? Phones is in reference to sound, uh, and homonyms is in reference to the what do you call the names is actually the word itself, not just the spelling but also the um,
The word that have the same meaning.
pronunciation,
Same meaning. Same
right?
meaning.
Mm.
Yes.
Are we good? You're processing this well, aren't you?
Yes.
Right. Okay. So
Yes, madam.
thank you, darling. So we're not I have not yet seen people doing researches on these things. To be honest, I don't think I have. I'm not sure if I've read any, but normally people would would do researches on the hype the what do you call, what's the other one is the hyponymy, yeah, The hyponymy is like an interesting concept to study, because remember I told you about one of my students who did something, a research on a document study on how the word love is being used within a certain context of a literature, of a book. Okay, and it was really interesting. I like that. And then yeah, I have not yet seen anybody doing homophones, because I don't think there's much going on. I don't know. Maybe I haven't read that much research is done on this. It's just basically in lectures we just want to tell everybody that this is how it looks like and what it is and how it's used. Okay, and what it is about, right? So there you go. And sorry. Right. So we have, and then we look into like the homonyms and the homographs. Now, one form, different meanings. Like light, not heavy. The other light is in reference to illumination. Okay. Bank, yes, we've got that. Pen, written, writing instrument. The other one is a cage. I think this is very much like a British kind of a thing.
Mm.
I don't know whether American use the word pen or not to describe a cage. Okay, and then you look into race contest and at race ethnic group. Oh yeah, come to think of it. Okay, come to think of it, there is one study that I've read. um no, I don't think I'm going to tell you because I'm not sure. I'll go back and read it again. But I think the study is about homonyms, where you actually look into the what is it? The meaning of one word within in reference to different contexts. Something about single moms, if I'm not mistaken. But I'll get back to you on that. All right. Right. Next one, we look into the polysemy. It's actually polysemy. Polysemy. Okay. Anyway, part of a hollow, like the word neck there, part of a hollow object which is at the top and is narrower than the other part below it. So we look at the neck of a bottle and the neck of a person. So that's an example, okay? So polysemy can be, there you go. Polysemy can be defined as one form written or spoken having multiple meanings that are all related by extension. So it's in reference to the same thing, but maybe of different objects. Hmm. Am I making sense? Like the word neck just now, like we have a neck. Okay, you cannot see mine, right? But I do have it somewhere inside here, my scarf. And you look at a bottle, and then you also refer to it as the neck. And then sometimes you have, I'm sure you're familiar with this term, like bottleneck in reference to traffic congestion. It's like a bottleneck, meaning it has gone through a narrow kind of a route, and then a lot of people, and then there are a lot of traffics, or what you call vehicles, trying to get through. So everything is slowed down. So that is that kind of a condition in reference to traffic congestion. All right, going through a narrow route. Am I making sense? Are we all good here?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, madam.
Yeah, madam.
Okay, thank you. Good, good, good. Please don't find it annoying. All right. If I kept on asking, because I need to see whether we are on the right track. Otherwise, I don't want to go on like a
Yeah.
bullet train and then left you all behind.
Yeah.
Okay, I want us to move together. Okay, there you go. So please bear with me, all right? I need to check with you from time to time, just so that I know you're good. Okay. Right. So that is one example of polysemy. And then you've got another one, head. Head is actually a part of the body, mind, or mental ability, or a person in charge. So you've
Mm-hmm.
got like two different contexts happening there. Foot, of course, of a person, and the other reference is the foot of the mountain. But you notice that the definition is very much similar. Like head is like it's on top of your, is the one part on top of the other body parts.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, am I making sense? And then you talk about a person in charge. He is the leader in reference to being a leader. Okay, and then food, of course, it has to be at the bottom. Yeah. All right. I can see Afik doing all these gestures. Thank you, Afik. I know you're processing. Good, good, good. I love you. And mountain as well. So it's in reference to the top, the bottom part of the mountain. Okay. And then looking into the word date, okay, point in time. All right. Or arranged meeting. Point in time maybe is like on the 12th of January, or the what's the date? 17th of October. All right, that's the date. Okay, and then arrange meeting, meaning you where what time or an occasion whereby you arrange for a meeting with someone in accordance to the time or the date. Okay, good. Moving on. Stop me when if you feel like you're confused. Right. Next one is wordplay. So these last three lexical relations are the basis of a lot of wordplay, usually for humorous effects. So this is just an example. Okay, why is 6 afraid of 7? Because 7, 8, 9. Hmm, not sure how that works. Okay, but the question, if the plural of hypopotamus is
Hippopotamus is
hypopotamy,
hippopotami.
what is the plural of a fool of yeah, that's interesting.
The
This is like
hippopotamus.
wordplay. I don't really understand it.
Adam,
Yes, dear.
do you understand the why 6 afraid of 7? The question, the joke?
7, 8, 9.
Yeah, do
Oh,
tell.
because
7, 8, 9.
Yeah.
yes, as in 8, as
8,
in
9.
Oh, 7, 8.
makan.
Oh,
That's the wordplay right there.
there you go. You are so good. So clever. Okay, okay. Yeah, that is so. Yeah, okay. Now I'm seeing it. Oh my God, that's so ridiculous. Well, that's interesting, isn't it? All right. Thank you. Thank you. Then I know. Because it was there for a reason. I kept on thinking, what is the connection? I kept on forgetting it. Okay, now you are so good. Now let me. I can tell my students my other section about that one. I didn't want to put this here, but yeah, okay, that's a good exercise, isn't it? The answer is what a fool am I?
What fool am I?
Okay, there's so many there. Okay, next. Metonymy. Okay, another one. Relationship between two words that is based on daily life experience. So that close connection can be based on a container contents relation, like bottle, Coke, can, juice. Is that Does that make sense? Sort of
Yeah.
like you make the relationship between, like, normally Coke is packed in a form of a bottle. All right, and then juice is normally done in cans. All right, so in other words, like, whatever is in a bottle, in that bottle packaging is also can also be like sodas. All right, and juice is normally in a box, in a box packaging or a can, because of the justification is that bottles are more durable than cans when installing soda pops, because it's carbonated, right? Am I making sense?
Mm.
Yeah, so that's the justification. That's why it's being used here. So uh we look into the content relation. What is the content being used, the packaging is being used for?
Mm.
Are we good? Everybody's quiet, so I cannot see your reaction. This is one of the things I do not like about online
This
teaching.
one is like quite difficult to understand, but trying to, so it's like progressing inside my mind.
Yeah, is it processing well? Content.
Ah,
In a way.
Yeah, yeah, let me
not
say.
really. For
No,
the first one, the close connection bottle and Coke. For me, bottle is like mineral instead of Coke.
Mm.
Like
yeah,
something.
okay. That's a good example right now. Okay, before this, the understanding is, that's why we have to look into the change of how things works now. So before this, bottle is always like in a glass form, right? Now we have bottles in a form of plastic, the plastic version of bottles. Okay, so before this, the understanding is that when we talk about content related, bottles is like made of glass. So when you want to, whatever is being filled up in that glass bottle would be something that is what do you call, that cannot be contained by other types of container, because bottle is considered, the glass bottle is considered very very durable. Okay, but then again, as technology progresses, they manage to create unglass like bottles like plastics. Even now Coke is being what do you call, filled in a what do you call, a durable plastic bottle that is like non biodegradable degradable. Okay, that is the thing that we have to somehow keep on what do you call, relearning and unlearning kind of a thing. But the context here, does it have to be conventionally agreed? Well, to be honest, yes. It has to be conventionally agreed, meaning like everybody has to understand the same context. That's why you have to somehow keep up with this notion that, okay, things may not stay the same way, but you have to understand the idea of metonymy is just basically looking into a close connection within a certain context. Okay, let me bring you back to that note, that example, flower. Okay, when we talk about this one is like the example I gave you just now on this bottle thingy is the justification of metonymy. There is content relation, right? But with regards to flower, remember we talk about like flowers, and everybody would say like colors and types of colors, types of flowers, right? But there are also other things that is related to flowers, like thorns, like hummingbird, like bees, like people, like feelings. Okay, so that is very much relatable in the sense of, like, say for example, feelings like emotion. So the justification of putting together words like flower with happy is a metonymy, because that one has a close relation to that notion of flowers. It has nothing to do with the flower itself, with the physical aspect of a flower, with regards to type, with regards to what do you call, scent, with regards to color. All right, but this is like a whole new thing, but it is relatable because when we talk about emotion, it's somehow something that is connected to flowers.
Hmm.
Am I making sense?
Yes,
Right.
madam, you're making sense.
Because it says like relationship between two words that is based on daily life experience. So flowers is related to something that is very much what do you call, connected to feelings. Okay, and these are like only recognized because we see everybody's doing the same thing. School student, does that count? Yes. Mm.
Madam,
Yes, dear.
so metonymy is like how do I say this? It's like you're using like one specific characteristic of an object to
Mm-hmm.
describe the other related object.
Yep.
Am I right?
Yep.
Yeah. For like example, the White House, which means you're indicating the representative from the White House. Is it like that?
Again, White House,
The
what's the
White House.
representative?
Yeah. Is it like that? Like you're using the White House to say that you to indicate the representative from the White House, the presidential, like presidential administration. Like when
Okay,
when
let me
the White
process
House,
that.
the White
White
House has
House, yeah.
released official statement of blah blah blah. But what
Ah,
you're
but it's
saying
not
is,
it's not the house.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Is
Yeah.
it like that?
Okay. Yeah, something like that. Correct, correct. It's not the house doing it, but the people, the residents of the house, which is in reference to the president of the United States.
Okay. Thank you, madam.
Very good. That's nice. That's nice. Okay, a lot of people processing this well. So again, that is like something the relationship between the White House and the person living in it. So it's like two different things, but it is connected. Okay, good. Okay, other examples. This is interesting. I like this. Mm. Mm. Like internet and stress. That's a metonymy. if I if I can use that.
Boleh, boleh. Yes, yes.
There you go. All right. So you've got the idea, right? Internet and stress is like two different things, but we have that daily experience of like, okay, whenever we want to, whenever I want to have a class, and like I'm always like, oh, stressful. Please, God, let the internet be okay today. Otherwise, I'm gonna be, really disturbed by it. So there you go. That could be one example. So this is an interesting study, isn't it? We can do that. What do you call social media? Social media is oh my goodness, what's the word? I lost it. Mental health. What do you call what do you call is a contribution to the is jeopardizing. Okay, sorry. Social media is jeopardizing young adults' mental health. Okay, so that could be something like is related mental health and social media. What's the connection, right? So how is it related? So basically, that's how metonymy works. And you've got other examples there, like a whole part relation, like car, wheels, house, roof. There you go, or a representative. Oh, there you go. You've got that White House there. Right, and then this is also a nice one. I like this. We did talk about metaphor the other day, right? When we talk about instinct, intuition, so on and so forth. Figurative meaning and literal meaning. All right. So figurative is very much metaphorical in nature. Okay, because it's very subjective. It depends on how people recognize or understand that particular word. So a metaphor is a phrase that does not carry the literal meanings. Okay, as that my car is a lemon works as a metaphor because the term lemon has a secondary meaning, a defective vehicle. Right. Ever heard of There's another thing with the word lemon in it. Like if life gives you lemon.
Mm.
So lemon is actually a metaphor for something that is not good, something that is unpleasant, right? Because it's sourish and it's very tangy. But there's another attachment to it. So like, okay, if life gives you lemons, then make lemonades. Because lemonades is a very nice, what do you call, cooling kind of a beverage. Are you processing, people?
Yes.
Yeah, alhamdulillah.
Yes, madam.
Okay, what other metaphors are you familiar with?
Potato.
Huh?
Potato. Kentang.
Why? What about
Uh,
potatoes?
but in the internet community, potato refers to a low quality kind of computer laptops.
Hmm.
So when you say my laptop is a potato laptop, we understand what it means.
Oh, that's new. That's new. That's new for me.
Yes.
I've never heard of that before. There you go. We're learning a new word today. So potato. I was thinking like potato head. You know that song, potato head. Okay, so that's interesting, isn't it? I learned another word. This I don't know whether this is new or not, but this is new for me because I've just like come across it. The word snarky. You know, like snarky to me is in reference to a dog who actually like an annoyed dog, and then they kept on yapping. That is snarky. But then now it's like it's being used on a human being, especially girls, especially women. Isn't that insulting? I was like, oh my god, I thought like snarky is only in reference to dogs. Now it's like being referred to as to a woman, a certain type of behavior where women are concerned. All right. So it's interesting how things are being. It's like a metaphor, right? It's a metaphor, but in reference from a dog, taken of a trait from a dog, and transferring it to a human body, and in particular women. I don't know why women. Can men be snarky? If men can be beautiful, can men be snarky? Okay, that's interesting. It's an interesting concept, but you wouldn't want a snarky man. That's definite. Okay, right. Eye of the needle. Okay, see the point, and that this is also like some of the what do you call metaphors there. Buying time, budget time, spend time. So these are all using what do you call the act of the human act of buying, budget, and spend on time, which is not really which is an inanimate object. Okay. Borrowed time, peak of health, fell into depression. Yeah, Shamimi, do you want to say anything? You okay?
Does read the room a metaphor?
What is that again?
Read the room.
How do you spell read? READ?
The room.
Can you type it?
Oh,
Can you type it in the chat box, dear? Read the room. Oh, okay. Yeah. It is actually like a metaphor, because metaphors is actually you're putting the animate traits to an inanimate object.
okay.
That's metaphor. Okay, so meaning read is actually like an animate trait. Only humans can read. Okay, but you transfer it to a room. So you sort of like put it in relation to a room. So rooms cannot read. So what does it mean? Afi, do you remember what was the term referring to words that are similar in meaning? What's the question again? Sorry. Oh, Ilmia.
Madam,
Yes, dear.
like just now there's like another term referring to like words that are similar in meaning to some extent, right? For example, like when you are referring to head as in the literal head, and also the head as in the head of department or something like that. What was
Mm-hmm.
the word just now?
Metonymy.
It's both. Yeah, it's both taken as literal. Come. Let me. Metonymy, right? No.
Metonymy. All right. So
Polysemy.
what was the
Polysemy.
difference between metonymy and also metaphors? Because I think it has like some kind of similarities there, right?
Right. Okay. Let's look at this again. Hang on. The one that you mentioned, the head just now, head as part of the body and mind or mental ability, and the other one is a person in charge. Now, both of these are literal. Is that?
Okay.
Both of them are literal. Head as in the physical part of the body, and head as in the person in charge. It's both meant as literal. It's accepted. It's not a metaphor.
Okay.
Okay, is
Okay.
that good? All right.
All right. All right.
And
See, I see.
okay, that's taken both as literal because you have like define it according to the context that you are actually using. Okay, is taken as literal. The other one is metonymy. What is the difference between metonymy and metaphors? That's the question, right? So when we talk about metonymy, it's like the relationship between one object, one word with another word. So let's say, for example, the one that we use just now, flowers, right? Flowers, we have like different images of flowers, and it's not just the type, the colors, the physical of the flowers, but it will also like connect it to people with regards to emotion. Like Flowers is used to signify some form of celebration. Flowers is used in a form of like to create some kind of an emotion that's relatable to happiness. Okay, those are both literal metonymy. Okay, but metaphor is not literal. Metaphor is figuratively where you put the traits and characteristics of an animate objects. Animate objects would be like human beings. What do you call animals? Okay, those are all animate objects. Okay, and non-animated. Is that correct? Yes. Non-animated objects would be like books, like what do you call rooms, like cars. Those are inanimate. Okay, non-animate or inanimate. Am I making sense? I don't have a board. I need to have a board. Times like this, I'm like, okay, let me just bring my board so that I can write. Is that you okay?
Yep, following.
Is that you there?
Yes,
Oh my
madam. I'm
god.
following right now.
So far so good?
Yep.
Yup.
Okay. No, don't apologize. It's okay because I want you to understand. You have to ask me questions so I know where you are. And if you're not sure about something, it's good to ask so that I can clarify it for you.
Madam,
Right, let me. Yes, dear?
previously you mentioned that metaphor is like giving the characteristics of animate things to inanimate objects. Is that right?
Yep.
Isn't that more like personification?
Personification. Okay, let me see. What's the difference? Have I confused it too? Okay. Let's look at the definition of personification. Okay, my board is here. I'm going to go and see if I can find. What's the definition of personification? Personified. Personified is more like human, right? The attribution of personal nature of human characteristic to something non-human. Okay, metaphor is inclusive of other forms as well, not just human. Because personification is very much uh, what do you call signified on just human, but metaphor you can also have like animals, like snarky just now. Remember, like snarky is actually like a trait that belongs to a dog, but you put it to another human being. Am I making sense?
Yes, madam. Thank you.
Have I confused you further or have I confused myself? Metaphor meaning. Okay, let's just confirm this. Have I given you the right definition? A figure of speech in which word or phrase is applied to an object or action to which it is not literally applicable. Yep. Yeah, I didn't tell you something wrong. That's correct. A figure of speech, because we're looking at things figuratively. All right. A thing regarded as representative or symbolic or something else, right? The amounts of money being lost by the company were enough to make it a metaphor for an industry that was earthing, right? Okay, that's good. I think we're on the right track. Are we okay? So there's a difference between personification and metaphor. Metaphoric is very much figurative in meaning, but we do have that notion of like putting like animated traits to non-animated because it's figuratively. It's figuratively in terms of like it's not taken as literal. Okay, maybe I should stick to that definition, right? Okay. Yes. Someone
I want
question.
to ask something.
Yes, please do ask. Who is that?
Uh, let me
Farah. Okay.
explain. Madam is these days there is a trend that people do something like they say something and then they put a blue hat. That blue hat means the opposite meanings. Like if they
Okay.
say your voice is nice, they put the blue hat, that means your voice is not nice.
Okay. Let me
So the
process that. What is the function of that? What does it mean? I mean, how you supposed to understand that the blue hat thingy is actually it is the opposite in meaning.
yeah, the opposite meaning. Like they say you're beautiful and then they put this one, the blue hat.
A slang cap, no cap. So how do you actually understood that the blue cap means something at the opposite?
I really don't know, but like it's a trend and everyone is doing it and they understand each other.
Oh, okay. All right, all right. That's new. Yeah, exactly.
So
It's a slang.
does it mean
Code.
like metaphor?
It's not metaphor. If it's the opposite in meaning, that would be an antonym, right? It's opposite. No cap for sure. So it's like the opposite means like
Oh,
you're saying that okay, I'm beautiful. You're beautiful, but honestly, you're not actually saying that. So that is more to like the opposite. And what is this? No cap means no lie.
Madam,
Yep.
so if you're saying that something is cap, it means that it's a lie. So cap means lie. So like for
Oh.
example, this person says that your voice is beautiful, and that person replies saying that, oh, that's cap. That means like, oh, you're lying, something like that.
Oh, okay. Oh, this is good. You can do like a study on this. How is it being defined as such? What's the origin? What's the origin of that particular trend? Bluff lie, Sharisa. What's that again?
I'm sorry, madam. I'm not sure about the origin. I've
Yeah,
seen people use
I
it.
know, I know. That's interesting. Cup means bluff lie and so on. Okay. Yeah, so these are the kind of things that we need to do. We need to come to a certain understanding, and that's why research is very good. In order to so that we can actually analyze this phenomenon, the social phenomenon, and then try to understand what came about, what actually what actually caused that kind of a reaction. These are all very much semantics kind of a study. Really look into meaning. What do people mean by cap? Like this is like seriously something new for me. And what like the expression of being snarky. This is also like something really new to me because I've never heard of it before. So it's like we are learning new, and we were actually taking in new understanding of like words that's been redefined and used within a different type of a context. Like why is it that you're saying that that particular image of a cap is signifies lying or bluffing? Okay, what causes it? What's the history behind it? All right, that's what we do as an academic. We want to understand what's the phenomenon like and why is it there. All right, and why is it being used by the society? Why is it trending? Okay, so yes, somebody can take that up. It will be a very interesting, what you call, a paper to read. Hmm. These are all like language that is inflicted by technology on social media. It's like a totally new behavior kind of a thing. Okay. All right. Anyway, Izzat, are we good, Izzat? Have I answered your question?
Yes, madam. Yes.
All
Yeah.
right, good.
Thank you very much.
All right, so there's a different. When we talk about metonymy, metonymy is still literal. What's the other one? Metonymy, polysemy is also literal. Metaphor is figurative. right? But it's still looking into the lexical relationship. Okay, we're still in that topic of lexical relationship. What time do we finish? 12:50, right? Okay, I have more. I still have a lot more time. Okay, so there you go. Yeah, next is collocation. This is another complex thing. Well, not complex, it's interesting. I love this. Frequently occurring together is known as collocation. Words tend to occur with other words. So some collocations are joint pairs of words such as salt and pepper or husband and wife. So collocation must be related, okay? Must be taken as a pair. So you have here hammer, nail, needle, thread, butter, bread, salt and pepper. What else? Technology and internet. Yeah, okay. So technology and internet is like the co-location. It works together because without technology there is no internet. Do you understand the concept? Okay. What else? There's so many things. First aid, injured person. Yeah, first aid. Yeah, injured. It's only used in that kind of a thing. So collocation, it works together, and you cannot do without the other. It always comes together. Okay, always comes together. And right. Yo, okay, that's it. Oh, that's the end of it. Collocation is the last one. So I love this notion, this one this collocation thingy, because we see like a lot of things like men and women. Yeah, there you go. Sword and shield. Men and women, that is also a collocation. You cannot do away. There's no such thing as third gender. Okay, so it always goes in pairs. There's only two, right? Yeah, good, correct. Yin and yang. Very good, Shazwan. What was I wanted to say? Internet connection. Yes, exactly. It's raining here in Pago, so I can assume that the internet is going to be ridiculous. Sticks and stones. Yes, correct. What else? Oh my god, I had something funny just now in my head. Dumb and dumber. Okay, so that is the collocation. Truth and lie, yes. Oh, okay. Truth and lie. Is that a collocation? Yeah. Well, okay. We have half truth. Crystal clear. Crystal clear is not really a collocation.
No.
Okay, crystal clear is not really a collocation. Collocation must be in pairs. So it's like two things, like two objects. That is like what do you call parallel?
Hmm.
Making sense or not? True and false. Yeah. Okay. I think that's correct. True and false. Yes. Right and wrong. It must be. It must be parallel. Must be of the same nature. Okay. Peanut butter and jelly, yes. Pen and pepper, pen and paper, yes. The other one is chalk and board, right and left, yes. Chalk and board, that's also like a collocation. Um, what else? Cat and dogs, yeah. It's raining cats and dogs. Adam and Eve, correct. Now we're processing it. Good, good, good. Alhamdulillah. Okay, any comments, any questions? I finished it quite early, sorry. I thought we had like a lot of things and it might take some time to actually explain them. But we've been very good. Auburn Perfect 2, what is that? What is that?
Whether it's really a song, and the lyrics for me is kinda have this characteristic of what we are talking right now, because one of the line is you can be the peanut butter to my jelly, like that.
Okay. All right, I promise you, I will listen to that. This is also like another good example of if let's say if let's say you want to do a research. Oh yes, talk about researches. All right. I have an update. We can start with the proposal, and I've got the update on our webinar. The theme is going to be about politeness, all right? But we need to somehow come up with a catchy kind of a theme or a title for the title of our webinar is going to be the third webinar, the third educational linguistics webinar. But the theme is going to be on politeness. So I would like for you to somehow give me some ideas on how. Okay, okay. Sorry. Give me a second. Rain coming into my through my window. There you go. Sorry. I like to have my windows open when I'm having class. So yeah, and it's raining cats and dogs coming in. Okay. All right. What were we talking about? Yeah, I need a theme. So what can we talk about? Like politeness. Think of how to put like a caption to it. So it would be nice. It would be like a nice title for our nice theme for our webinar. And our counterparts in Unizar, they are actually doing language for persuasion. I'm sure you're familiar with that. So they are going to talk about like politeness, how does it work within that particular context. And then we are going to look at how politeness is going to work into our particular context. I will be talking about how politeness is being practiced in a multicultural kind of context. Okay, so I'm not sure about the others just yet, but I think Kelly from US will be talking about politeness within the context of media and communication. So you're going to look into like the context of semantics. What does politeness means within our what do you call society, within our community? Okay, you can look at I think look into like songs. You can use songs, and you can use maybe movies. All right, how politeness is being captured within that context, within a particular movie or within a particular document or whatnot. Within a social, it has to be like a social phenomenon kind of a thing. And it's a 5 to 10 minutes presentation, and we've like have like a few versions. So instead of having just one way of like doing a presentation, like okay, we'll turn on the slides and then we'll just talk it out, have something interesting. Like last semester, I think there's a documentary, and you can also do it in a form of a vlog, like a video log. Yeah, that's interesting, isn't it? I like that. So you can
No.
have like a role playing kind of a thing there. So it'll be like very, very interesting in that sense. Since it's like a group work, I'm sure you can be very creative as a group. So I'll leave that up to you. So we have like the options of what do you call types of presentation that you can do is like a vlog, pre-recorded presentation, or you can have a live presentation. It can be in the form of a poster. It can also be in a form of a pitch. All right, like you wanted to look into how politeness can create or can reduce mental health issues. How would you be polite? How do you see politeness being executed or being practiced in a social media, like the blue cap thingy? Is that a polite way to go about telling people you are beautiful, but admitting that you are actually lying? Is that a good thing? Yeah, is that a polite thing? You wanted to tell people that they are not beautiful, but you use the word beautiful, but somehow you put the cap there and say like, I'm actually lying, you're not beautiful. So is that a nice thing to do? Like, is that a polite thing to do to another person? Mm. Yeah, of course not. It's not. Exactly. It's not a very healthy kind of an environment, isn't it? All right. So yeah, there's a blue cap there. What does it mean? Yes to no? Afi?
It means the opposite. So no.
Yeah. So why would you want to have that kind of an environment in the social media? It's obviously not healthy. It's obviously going to be very disturbing to another person. Like when you tell things like that to another person, how do you think it affects them as an individual? You know, and how do you think it would affect their confidence level, their perception of self in that sense? Right? People don't like me. I know your generation is very sensitive towards that. You know, people, it's very, what do you call, what's the word? When we talk about post and whatnot, like it's like common to think about, like when you post something, you want it to be acknowledged. You want to have all the likes. And then when you have like someone putting like this, or like a not a happy face, you kept wondering, what did I do exactly, Shazwan? That's the word. Validation. Instant gratification. We want to be validated. We want to be accepted. We want people to think of us as good. I have this one friend. Funny thing. I have this one friend who thinks like he doesn't want to be in social media because he thinks that social media is very, what do you call, toxic. Yeah, this friend of mine is like my age, so like this, what generation am I? My generation, I'm not a baby boomer. I think I'm like, what, generation Y? What are you? What generation are you? Lost track already. I think I'm generation Y because baby bloomers are in the 60s. I'm in the 7th. I grew up in the 80s. So we generation Y are very much what do you call, undisturbed by this notion of internet, and we don't really care. If we put like a post in there, if you don't like it, it's fine by us. If you like it, then by all means go ahead. But generation like my children, they are very, very, very sensitive. With Gen Z, yeah, I think so. Yeah, you're not the alpha beta just yet, right? I don't even know what is the alpha beta. The generation alpha, and then we have like generation beta. Yeah, oh yeah, okay. Alpha starts on the 2013. Okay, that's quite recent. It's 7 years. 7 years. The alphas now are in their secondary school, right? The alphas now are in the secondary school. Correct? Z is the 90s. Yeah, 80s, 80, no. Z is the millennium, right? Generation Z is the millennium, 95 to 2014. Ah, yeah, okay. I'm Y because I'm like, I grew up in the 80s. I was born in the 70s. Grew up in the 80s. Baby boomers are born in the 50s. Grew up in the 70s to the 80s. Those are baby boomers. Okay, I think you can check the internet. I'm not sure. Somehow it's like I'm confused as well. So there you go. But generation now are very sensitive. The generation, especially the children now. Okay, they are very sensitive, and they're supposed to like, and they're very much they are very intelligent. So if you notice, do I still have time? Yeah, I've got lots of time. Do you notice that the starting from Gen Z onwards, the children born in the millennium, there are quite a number of them who has what do you call this special needs, born with special needs like autism. All right, it's considered like special needs, but it's not really a handicap because autism are brilliant. Autism children are seriously brilliant, but they are very focused on one type of intelligence. Okay, so they are actually developed in a very unique manner. They are super intelligent that they how should I how should I put this, that they ignore what is going on around them. Very what's the word, do you know when something like, okay, like sound, it's like they have this like super speed thingy. All right, so when they travel like they are actually built like that, the sound where you are actually way ahead of everything else, and somehow you're oblivious to what's happening around you, and they are very focused. Okay, and once they are focused, they ignore whatever that is around them. So if like when they were doing something and you're talking to them, they won't actually respond to you, or they might even,
Is
or
it
worse, they might just get
hyperfixation, madam?
sorry.
Is it hyperfixation?
Well, it's not hyperfixation. It's very different from hyperfixation. Mistaken. Because when you talk about autistic children, um, gosh, there's one word to actually describe them. Um, oh my God! All right. When you talk about autism, it's not that they are not developed. It's like, okay, certain what do you call special needs, they are not well developed, but autism, they are super well developed.
In a way.
Okay, they can have an IQ of like 150 to 200, like really high IQ levels. So they sort of like do away with whatever that they think that is like mundane and not really important. So they focus on something which is like really what do you call, advanced in that sense. I don't know whether I'm explaining this well, but that's how I understand autism. And some autism has different spectrums, right? And when you talk about the ones who are really like aggressive, they somehow are connected to their emotions. So when people cannot actually get to what they are actually trying to say or trying to express, they get annoyed because other people are much, the normal ordinary people are slower in processing and in digesting information, but they are already like at that end, and then we are still walking towards it, so they get really annoyed. So they are very much what you call aggressive, in the sense of like when you cannot conform to their means, then they become aggressive to a point of being violent. Autism is such a unique condition that I am so into it. I really love talking about it, but and I really am fascinated when I see an autistic child, because they are so good, they're so clever, and they look at you like, why are you not even there yet?
Yes.
So it's so cute. Anyways, but don't go near what do you call, the the other end of the other spectrum of autism, the violent one, because they can actually hit you and then you don't really understand why you're complaining. Because to them, it's like them trying to tell you, okay, go ahead, you're supposed to be quicker and faster than this, but they're actually like not, they don't really comprehend the notion that whatever that they're doing is actually hurting the other person. They don't understand that bit. Okay, which is really sad. But the mild spectrum of autism, they are really adorable. Seriously. Okay, anyways, yeah, coming back to that cap thingy, that could be something that you can actually pursue for your presentation on the webinar. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, I like that one. What other things that you can actually look at? Other things. There's so many. There's so much more that we are going to look into. But these are some of. I'm giving you some ideas of later of which day later you can decide what you want to do. Okay. So these are some of the examples. Yes. Other comments, questions, concerns? We're good. Is that you okay?
Okay, madam.
Good. Alhamdulillah. Ifa?
Yes, madam.
Okay?
Yes, okay.
Alhamdulillah. Alright.
Madam,
Yes, dear? Who's it?
where,
Farah,
where,
yes.
where can we find the slides and recording of?
Oh, okay. Slides. Yeah, that is my fault. My bad. Because I wanted to make sure that the slide is nice. Then I'll share it with you because now the slides like everywhere, and I need to put them together so that I can give you a very good reference. Okay. Recordings. I will post it on the GC. That's where I share all my recordings in the GC, but at the moment it's very slow, but I'll do my best because now I'm just like downloading all the recordings. Okay, I've managed to download the 1104 and the ICC section 2, but I haven't actually done for our semantic class just yet. I haven't actually started because it's a very slow process. Like downloading takes some time, uploading as well. I have to try out a few times, but bear with me, inshallah, I'll get there. Okay, but I'll try and speed up the slides for you so you have a copy. Okay. And I will also share some videos. I like this one video by Dr. Nimer, and most of my references, I looked at his video and then I bring back to class so that I can explain it to you. So it's like a double kind of a thing. So I'm going to give you the slides and I'm going to give you that Dr. Nimer's video list of videos, and then you can actually see how it is being explained. It's very much the same, the topic is the same and whatnot, but you have like another version. All right, try my best, inshallah. Is that okay, Farah?
Okay, thank you, Madam.
You're
Madam, I want to ask if is everyone already formed the group or not yet?
I'm not sure. You're gonna have to ask everybody else. Have you all formed a group?
Not yet.
I need a list, by the way. Okay, I need a list of the groups that you're going to be in for the presentation, and then I don't think we have that many. There's about 50 of us, right? So like about 4 to 5 in a group. I think 4 is a nice number. All right, so you decide. That will be up to you. Okay, as long as you don't have not too many. Okay, not too many. I think like we'll start at 5. Okay, don't go beyond 5. Okay, good question. Go ahead and form the group for the webinar so that you can prepare and then sort of like start thinking about what you want to do. Right, have an outline. Then we're throwing in things for you to consider so that you can latch on to any one of them. But there are other. We are still like there's still a few more of semantic aspects that you can actually look at, or perspectives that you can actually look at in order to, come up with your presentation. Okay, other concerns? 3 more minutes. Other comments? Is this what do you call? Okay, is today's topic something that you can actually process well, or is it confusing, or is it like, what is this? What am I doing here? Why am I learning this? No?
I'm cool.
Afiq.
Okay je, madam.
Okay je? Okay, Alhamdulillah. Okay, but I know this is just like us throwing things, looking at things together. But later on, when you start looking at how to go about analyzing things, then probably you will have like more questions. Yeah, I know. The another thing that I promised to do is I'm going to upload lots of reading materials for you, right? And I didn't really have the time to do that. Guilty again. Okay. Give me some time. I have been very busy. That's not a good excuse, I know, because I've got a lot of things on my plate at the moment. And I'm also doing this 3 months training with the US, and it's seriously unnerving, and it's like it's taking too much of my time. Because of the assignments that I'm preparing and all. And it's like seriously like a pressure cooked kind of a situation, because I'm dealing with all these professors and people from abroad, and then they would look at you and say, is this all you can do? So it's just like kind of a mental kind of a thing as well. Like I'm like all stressed out for just one particular assignment, and I've got like another assignment. So because we've got like every week we have new assignments that we have to do, and I kind of have to think, okay, what am I going to do this semester after this? And then we've just submitted one assignment, and suddenly we give her like another two assignments. And I was like, oh my God, is this how it feels like to be a student again? I think my PhD is not as stressful. Yeah, I think I had more fun doing my PhD than this fellowship training. Gosh, talk about pressure. I don't know how you guys do it, or maybe I've forgotten. I know I've been there. I've been in your position, because somehow I don't remember how it feels like. And now I'm feeling it again. I feel like, oh my goodness, I've got like all these palpitations, like sweaty palms when I do my presentation, and all these international people are looking at you like, what are you talking about, woman? You know? Right. Anyways, there you go. Me rambling. Time's up. I am going to let you go so that you can go off to the next class. But some of the consideration are there for you. So the ball is in your court. So you can actually, if you have any concerns, or if you've got like topics and then you want to run and tell me about it, or sort of like let me have a go at it, just let me know, okay? Right, so I'm gonna stop there, and we'll start with Al-As and Tasbih Farah. Okay, I'll see you on Tuesday. Right? Assalamualaikum. Have a nice day.
Thank you so
Madam.
much.
Madam. Have a nice
Salam.
Have a nice
day.
day.
Have a nice
Thank
day.
you,
Madam.
madam. Thank you.
Thank you, madam.
Okay, madam. Assalamualaikum.
Wassalam.
Liblop.